You won't believe this, but there's a Clint Eastwood film he flat out refuses to talk about. Not because it bombed. It didn't. Not because he regrets his performance. He doesn't. And not because it disappeared into obscurity. It hasn't. The real reason? Something happened during filming, something behind the scenes, that left a mark so deep Eastwood's never publicly unpacked it. He doesn't even watch it. Not once. And this isn't just gossip. This is about a turning point in the career of one of cinema's most iconic figures. A movie that changed everything for Eastwood, by showing him exactly what he never wanted to become. So, what went down on the set of a 1970 Western that still makes Clint Eastwood go silent over 50 years later? Let's go back long before the cowboy hats and Oscar speeches. Before the icy stares and iconic growls. Before, "Go ahead, make my day," echoed through every action film for a generation. Clint Eastwood was just another face in the crowd, Clinton Eastwood Jr., born during the depths of the Great Depression. His dad was a steelworker, which meant the family never stayed in one place too long. Clint grew up tall, quiet, and scrappy, not because he was chasing movie roles but because that's what it took to survive. There were no acting coaches or fancy auditions. After high school, Clint picked up whatever job he could find, digging swimming pools, hauling hay, working gas stations. If it had dirt, steel, or back pain involved, he probably did it. Hollywood? That wasn't even a dream yet. Then came the U.S. Army. Drafted in 1951, Eastwood didn't see combat, but fate landed him at a military base where actors, directors, and screenwriters were passing through. Somebody noticed the guy with the jawline that could slice through granite and that cool, unreadable stare. A few connections later, and Clint scored a screen test at Universal. His early roles were forgettable. Cardboard dialogue. Wooden delivery. But Hollywood saw something in him, an image, a presence. He didn't need to say much. That squint? That calm, coiled silence? Said everything. Then came Rawhide, a TV Western where Eastwood played Rowdy Yates, the second fiddle to a more seasoned lead. But week after week, viewers kept watching and something shifted. Eastwood wasn't just part of the show, he was becoming the reason people tuned in. His screen time grew. His swagger grew. And soon he was ready to break out of the small screen completely. That breakout came with a risky project filmed halfway across the world. An Italian director with limited English. A shoestring budget. A script few understood. But Eastwood took a chance and said yes. The film? A fistful of dollars. That gamble paid off big time. It led to For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a trilogy that didn't just make Eastwood a star. It reinvented the entire Western genre. Gone were the squeaky clean cowboys. Eastwood's gunslingers were dark, messy, violent, and real. And audiences couldn't get enough. By 1970, Clint Eastwood was a bona fide movie star. Studios wanted him. Directors wanted him. Audiences trusted him. So when the script for Two Mules for Sister Sarah landed on his desk, it seemed like a sure bet. A Western? Check. Political intrigue? Interesting. Directed by Don Siegel, a guy Eastwood admired? Even better. And his co-star was Shirley MacLaine, wildly talented, acclaimed, and full of fire. On paper, it should have been a slam dunk. But from the very start, something was off. The plot sounded promising. Eastwood plays a mercenary named Hogan who rescues a woman he thinks is a Catholic nun. Turns out, she's on the run, and they end up traveling together through war-torn Mexico, dodging French soldiers and revolutionaries. There's action, suspense, a bit of mystery. And, spoiler alert, a twist. She's not a nun at all, but a prostitute hiding behind the cloth. That twist was supposed to be clever. A punchline that subverted expectations. But Eastwood? He hated it. To him, the whole thing felt tonally confused. Was it a comedy? A political statement? A romance? It tried to be all of them at once, and succeeded at none of them. The humor clashed with the violence. The drama didn't sit right with the banter. It was trying too hard to be edgy and not hard enough to be honest. But the real problem wasn't the script. It was what was happening off camera. Now, Clint Eastwood is known for being calm on set. Professional. Gets in, gets the scene, gets out. No fuss. No yelling. But Shirley MacLaine was his polar opposite. She was intense, spontaneous, emotional. She liked to dig into the scene, push boundaries, ask questions. And Eastwood? He wasn't into any of that. He believed in keeping things simple. Speak little, feel deep, act naturally. That contrast made for a volatile pairing. They clashed constantly. Not explosively, but constantly. On blocking. On delivery. On tone. Eastwood thought MacLaine was theatrical and exhausting. She thought he was stiff and unresponsive.